Global distribution crisis has been incredibly difficult to navigate. On the one hand, we have the UK manufacturing, and as long as we keep the pipelines of raw material and manage that, that's been fine. But on the other side, it's components and other products that we brought in through the global distribution network. Container costs has been a major issue for all of the industry. I know that ports and staffing in ports, I know that the Brexit customs issues has been a major issue, particularly for us moving things to Northern Ireland and Ireland. I also know production capacity in some of our manufacturing partners abroad has been a real challenge. The other thing, because we're a UK manufacturer, we've had loads of stock availability on wet rooms, but the actual distribution networks have been reduced in capacity. So many people at home ordering parcels and online trading, they've just had such a growth in demand. There's no capacity. And most of the distribution networks had to reduce capacity because they couldn't fit pickers and drivers and that in the hubs. So they've reduced capacity, had an increase in demand. So all of a sudden, you're fighting to get your products out there. So even though we can manufacture them, even though we've got plenty stock, we're fighting to get it out there. But what's really pressed home this year is the driver shortage. We can't get drivers for love nor money. Brexit and some drivers who were capable of driving have had to go back to their country. We had the fuel crisis because you couldn't get fuel, and then on top of that, you've had the pandemic. In many cases, we also lost a load of capacity because a lot of our distribution network had pandemic issues. And it's not just for Coram UK, it's an industry thing. Talking to a load of industry MDs, they've tried all sorts. They've tried to battle the Amazon sort of issue of poaching people. They've tried to battle distribution networks by flying stuff in. Of course, that pushed your costs up. They've had the battle of customs and, delays in ports and knowledge of where products are. They've had all sorts. And I would say that's impacted us as well. To be very authentic and open and honest with our customers. It's their livelihoods, it's their business. You're not on your own. We might not be able to give you exactly what you want, but let's tell you what we can do, how we can help you. And in many cases, we've said, look, you can't have it in 2 days, but I guarantee you'll have it in 4 days. So we've stretched some of the lead times. And in many cases, the customers didn't need our next day delivery service. They could live with 3 or 4 days or even a week, as long as we were open and honest. Another key thing is demand planning. That is a major skill now, both at customer service level, but also operational and manufacturing level. And I think just having that clarity in our business about who needs what, when and where, and it's very simple, but really hard to do. And I think the future of customer services is about saying, right, what do you actually need? When do you want to get it? So maybe we'll deliver your deck at this point, and then we'll deliver your accessories because you won't get round to the second fix or the final finishing off until maybe 3 or 4 days down the road. So we're actually working with customers and installers to really deliver impeccable customer service, but one that is realistic to the demands of the distribution network and the global distribution crisis. I think we've managed to deliver and continue to deliver a really high service in this current pandemic. $1 million question that everybody's asking themselves, and particularly at this critical time when most people are doing their budgeting and planning for next year. I think it's going to struggle on at least till June, July. And I'm then hoping that through increased capacity, through leveling up of containers in the right places, it will then start to stabilize the distribution network, and it will actually bring the costs to a right sort of level to trade on. At the moment, because it's simple economics, demand and supply, demand's high, supply is low, so people are sticking their prices up to capitalize on it. And don't get me wrong, not every shipping merchant and shipping lane is greedy. What they're actually doing is trying to rationalize who they deal with and who they don't. So the best way to rationalize is put your prices up. Some people can afford it, some people can't. What we've said is, let's share the pain. And it's as simple and as honest as that. So in some cases, we have passed on a surcharge. So what we've tried to do is not make our products extortionate prices, but actually openly and transparently say, this is a surcharge that we're going to have to share the pain on. So you pay a surcharge and we'll take a bit of squeeze in our business. In some cases, we have had to put prices up on certain SKUs, but in many cases, we've shared the pain through surcharging. Next year, we have a very transparent pricing strategy that says, look, we're going to put a price increase on that's going to be a fair and equitable price with the current conditions in the market. But we are now going to remove our surcharge and accept that we're gambling on things getting better. We're going to take a bit of pain to show loyalty to our customers. We're going to remove our surcharge, put our price increase slightly up, but not as high as, some people are doing it. And then hopefully when they do level out, everybody's happy. We've got loyal, satisfied customers, a stable trading platform, and that will see us through the whole year. So by the back end of the year, everybody will be making far better margins.